Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
When they say that you're going for the final match and you're doing the warm up in the nets, that is that one day before CAT. You're doing the warm up in the nets. You're just touching the ball. You're feeling the bat. Feeling the bat on the ball. That's it. Nothing else. Don't think about what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. You're done with the preparation. During my graduation, I decided that I developed an interest in the construction management, project management part, because a lot of my seniors and a lot of professors were into that line, and it was quite interesting. And that management part is also, management is also a mixture of art and science, and architecture is also a mixture of art and science. So this combination, I thought that the fundamentals are actually the same, because being an architect, at the helm of things, you are managing vendors, you're managing your clients, you're managing, everything. You're top of it. So, coming to management, business management, the stakeholders may be different, but the kind of fundamentals remain the same. So, I drew my inspiration from a lot of my cousins as well. They're MBAs from big colleges. So that's how I decided to take CAT. First attempt I took in the year 2018 with my thesis. So that was actually tough because I had to cover a lot of my, basics in quants, which I was not thorough with. And I got a 98.58, but I decided I was not getting, college of my preference. So I decided that I would, take it again. So I took it in the following year, 2019, and got into MDI. I got a 99.58 percentile in CAT 2019. In all my sections, I got 99, sort of just touching 99. So people say that CAT is a 3-section paper, but that is actually a myth. CAT is actually if you look at it, CAT is divided into much smaller subsections. For example, in VA and RC, it's just not about the VA and RC. It's about the small, questions in the VA section, like, for example, the odd one out, the parajumbles, the summary. So if you're not well versed with all of these subsections, you cannot, do well in CAT. Similarly, in DILR, people think, okay, it's just about DILR. No, there are a lot of mixed sets. Quants, you can't, think of quants as a full, section. You have to divide it in 5 main sections. Suppose numbers, arithmetic, algebra, geometry, and modern math. So I got this realization after taking a few mocks. I realized that, I was consistently performing well in certain subsections and consistently performing very poorly in the other sections. So when I realized that, I actually broke my preparation into strengthening those subsections. I would say that, if you're an engineer, you're already well versed with quants. So you need to focus on the other sections like VA and RC. But if you're from the non-engineering background, I think what you need to focus on would be your quant section, because this is something, because for me as an architect, I was, after 12th, I did not touch maths. So I had to actually, the first 3 months, I actually had to prepare the basics of quants. So that took a lot of time. Then, mastery comes later. I would say that CAT is, if you're from the engineering background, it would take you around, 4 to 6 months for the whole preparation. But if you're not from the engineering background, it would take you, at least a year. Right now, you shouldn't take mocks anymore. So right now, it's a time for revision. What you need to do is go back to your past mocks. Now analyze. Suppose you're good in RCs. Okay, fine, RC's done. Now come to the VA section. Now, so you will find a pattern, right? So suppose VA you're doing well, but only in the parajumbles and odd one section, not in the summary. So you'll see, okay, now go back, practice more summaries. Come into the DLR section. Suppose a lot of people are comfortable with DIs, but not with the LRs. Or some other people will be comfortable with the LRs, but not with the DIs. So you need to see where you're lacking, because to ace CAT, you need to be master of all the sections, all the subsections. You can't leave one section out and say, okay, I'll manage it in the final exam. I know a lot of people who consistently performed, got over 99 in their mocks. In the final exam, they just, blew it. Whereas I got anything between 95 to 85 in my mocks, and in the final D-Day, I could perform because I preserved my focus. So it's very important to focus right now. In the last week, what I did was I had to strategize. Strategize in the sense that I actually planned each and every minute of my 3 hours. How much time I would dedicate to the VA section, how much time I would dedicate to the RC section, how much time I would dedicate to the QA section, each section of the QA. So if you haven't devised that strategy yet, this is the time. This is the time to actually devise that strategy. Last time we had around like 100 questions, you had to attempt 70 to 75% of the people. So if you ask people above 99.5 percentile, they would have attempted in that range, 70 to 75. So right now, if you have 70 questions, 70% of that would be in the range of 50. So you need to attempt in the range of 48 to 53. That should be your target. At the back of the head, you should remember that after 3 hours, I should be done with these many questions. So here, what I did was, I created groups of 3. So in the first 20 minutes, I could scan the whole paper and solve the easiest 10 sums in that go itself. So I'm not only saving time, but I'm also striking off those easiest questions. So in the first 20 minutes, you're done with the first 10 questions. And you also know what is the level of difficulty. I mean, where are the easy questions hidden or where are the easy to medium questions hidden. So for you guys, you will have around 24 questions. So there'll be 8 groups, right? First group, pick the easiest sum, do it, done. Don't look at whether it's arithmetic or whether it's algebra. So it can be an easy algebra. And people think that, arithmetic is very easy and, geometry and algebra will be tough. No, it can be, they'll give tough arithmetic and algebra and geometry might be easy. So you never know. So you need to scan the whole paper for that. So my tip would be, make groups of 3, because in the right-hand panel, you get the questions in groups of 3, right? So strike off that first, first set, second set, third set. So in the first 15 minutes, you're done with the 8 questions. Now come round 2. Now you already know, so the questions that you're done with will appear in green, right? So the others in red. So so same strategy. You take the first 3 questions, solve the easiest one, move to the next one. So in round 2, dedicate 15 minutes and solve it on 6. So you're done with 14 questions in 30 minutes. Now for the next 10 minutes remaining, you need to solve it on 4 questions. And 4 questions would be 2.5 minutes each, which is ample amount of time. So in total, you need to attempt around 16 to 20 questions, 18 being the medium. And this would be this was my strategy last year, and it worked for me. And I'm pretty sure that this will work for you as well. So if not, you need to devise your own strategy based on your weaknesses and strengths. So this was my strategy which I used, and I actually, whoever I sort of mentored this time, I gave them this strategy itself, and everyone said that this worked. So, and this is the strategy which I developed in the last week. So even if you haven't, so it's not that you're too late. You can still devise your own strategy and execute it, give a mock, see whether it's working for you, and then this will definitely work for you. One day before CAT, forget about everything. I mean, you just I solved probably 1 question from each of the subsections. That was it. Just when they say that you're going for the final match and you're doing the warm up in the nets, that is that one day before CAT. You're doing the warm up in the nets. You're just touching the ball. You're feeling the bat. Feeling the bat on the ball. That's it. Nothing else. Don't think about what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. You're done with the preparation. What is important is that you go to bed on time. You keep your focus and you keep your brain running, most importantly. Don't watch any unnecessary videos or movies or any, get into a quarrel with anyone, or be secluded in the day -1. Don't have to talk with any of the friends, whatever. Be isolated. Just think of the next day, 2 hours, how you're going to spend it. Revise your strategy. I emphasized on devising your strategy, a 3-page, 4-page strategy. That strategy should be right in your head. You shouldn't forget it. Even if you're forgetting 1 formula or 2 from your algebra, doesn't matter. But you should not forget your strategy, because you have to execute that 2-hour plan well on the next day. So again, I would say try your best to stay away from any sort of distraction and try to have a good night's sleep if you can. If you have any apprehensions of doing an MBA right now, please don't think of all that. Go ahead, do well in your CAT. And also another thing I would like to mention is that even if you get a 99 plus, 99.5 plus in your CAT, it doesn't guarantee a B school, a top B school. I mean, it's just one part of your whole B school journey, B school admission journey. So, a lot of people get disheartened not getting IMA even after scoring 99.9 or 100 percentile. So, CAT percentile is very different and your admission is very different. So, these are interlinked, but definitely, you may end up with a huge percentile, big percentile, and not, make it to a, top, the topmost B schools. So that is one thing, and a lot of people who wouldn't score, 99 or 98 in CAT may still end up in, top IIMs. So, you never know what can happen. After that, don't be complacent. You need to prepare for your PI and GDs, and you need to shortlist the B schools that you would like to convert. So have those top 5, top 4 colleges of your preference, of your suitable to your profile ready. So don't get complacent after CAT, even if you have fared well or fared badly. You can't be sure what's going to happen next.
Hi guys, Inside IIM has come up with an exciting new one-on-one mentorship product where you get to interact with superstar managers from different businesses, different functions. You can ask them everything around your career, your education, your future success. If you are interested, the link is in the description below. Thanks.